be ever in our bubble team's favor.
Yeah, even the teams at the top, Tiff, it's close. Besides TBE, which has about a 30-point margin between Team Almond and Smixy, everybody else is right there. Smixy's over Aydan in second by 0.4 points. Aydan's over Joewo by 2 points. Less than that, 1.5. I mean, this is about as a nail-biter as they can get aside from the team at the top. So can somebody take down TBE early? Maybe. Was last map the map you needed to do it? Yes, absolutely. And somehow they still scraped out with double-digit eliminations. There's a lot of opportunity to move up this leaderboard, but first place is going to be hard to catch.
Look, it's easy when you've got a trio to stay at the top, but when you can stay at the top despite unfortunate circumstances, that just goes to show you why they are so dominant here in Warzone. Jumping on board with 10x, though. A lot of early game action, and this squad's been known to have it.
Absolutely. They're looking for the bubble teams. This is one that's going to try to make a move, stay inside the top 15 if they can. Let's take a look at that map. You can see where most of the teams favored. We're seeing that kind of southeastern circle, kind of, but still plenty of variability in where it could land. Haven't seen that airport drop like we saw in EU. That's one that could be a bit deadly if you don't get there early, but a lot of opportunity. It's just a matter of capitalizing on it. And some of these teams have to play hyper aggro early. They have to find a ton of eliminations. They need 20 plus points per game in the next two maps. So Super Heaven seems one of those. Swagg squad was inside the 40s, now inside the 30s, I believe, overall. And they need to push the fight, especially against a team like this, who's maybe just ahead of them on the leaderboard.
Swagg able to grab a knock. Does get pressured to get off the high ground. Nice moves. Nickel, though, gonna double down and be able to eliminate him. Going for the res. Shadowwag back up alongside Picnic. Don't have any shield, so prioritizing the loot here, and they don't have any other squads around them. As you can see, Zlaner making an early exit.
Yeah, that was such a tough fight, but you have to take it. Like your team Swagg, you're in 25th right now, 10 spots from the bubble. Those are fights you have to take and you have to win. Unfortunately, they don't. Maybe they can regain. We've seen a little bit more grace somehow in the regain blender. A couple teams were in trouble early, have battled their way back in one map, so certainly still possible, but look back here at City and see who's going to win some of the fights here early in the game. These are fights that will take a very long time if not done correctly. So if you see a fight that you can take and eliminate quickly, take it and then move on with your day. Don't want to spend 5 minutes on the same team. Look back and say that was not worth our time.
Team Omen on your screen. They were the winners of map number 2. Now on the bubble, one place out of the top 15th, and that's not where you want to be in any way, shape, or form. But you're winners of map number 4, Team Smixy, on the left-hand side of this engagement. Smixy looks like she's crawling across this. She may have gotten down. So Flank, though, completely stuffs his face with licks and goes down. Unfortunate. Now tracked all the way on the right. Not going to be able to get the res off on Smixy. Taking that early exit as well, because when you're sandwiched between two teams, you've got to proactively take the exit. Because if you're second place overall by 0.4 points, that's a big difference, Goj, right? People think, hey, we're 15 tickets to London, but there's also $150,000 on the line.
Yeah, that's right. I would even argue, as we take a look at our leaderboard right before this game, we're 4 games in. Some of these teams, they haven't assured themselves a ticket to London. Even if you're inside the top 10, you haven't kind of crossed that threshold. The threshold we're looking for is about 70 points. There's not a single team past 70 aside from TBE. Like, even if you're in second, like, you got to score something in the next couple maps. Is it highly improbable that Smixy doesn't make London? Yes, highly improbable, but it is technically still possible. Depending on how these last 2 maps go, anything can happen. It's Warzone, and it's World Series of Warzone Stage 2 in a finals. Teams are hungry for those spots.
I mean, you're right. 68 points is second place. 15th place is 46 points. About 22 points separating those, if my quick math is correct, but it rarely is. But you know what is correct? Aydan taking any kind of early game engagement. You got Shadowwag, Picnic, and Nickel on the other side. We're just looking for a good setup here. Aydan and Adrian running together, finding Picnic. Damage going out, not going to be a down or anything. But Shadowwag get caught off guard. Adrian able to grab one, gets 2. This is clean.
You remember when Doggy said that they kind of were pushing fights and making teams scramble because they weren't ready for him? That's about as prime of example as you can get. That team, Nick Cool, Wag, they were not ready for that fight. I don't even know if they shot back during that entire fight. Complete and utter decimation. Still have a chance after a gulag, but Aydan and Raiden and Adrian, you called it, Tiff. They win early encounters and they do it right. I was taking a look back on EU after game 4, by the way, and points are somewhat similar at the top. 94 was Savvy Ultra's team at the top of EU after 4 games, but second was 82, and all the way down to 5th was over 70 at 75 overall. So there's a little bit of a higher spread in EU early. Of course, the scores will likely balance out at the end of this tourney, but that means there are a ton of teams. We're talking like 20 of these teams that can still vie for those kind of bottom 5 positions to go to London. I'm talking 10th through about 15th.
It's crazy. Team Intex in 13th place, just 2 points, kind of keeping them in the mix. And we've seen just how strongly they've been playing here today. Smixy going down, fully eliminated as well in the kill feed. IQ arrays and Rida on your screen. Squad number 5, you said it earlier, you know, they've consistently been at the top when it comes to competitive Warzone, even winning a Twitch Rivals early on, and they're looking to get their tickets to London.
Yeah, I just saw Team Huskerrs, by the way, get full wipe from the kill feed. Will they have gulags? I don't know. I'll have to check on that, but that was my woe earlier. The full orange Team 3 got 3rd in stage 1, really struggling to finding their footing today. They're going to need something incredible there in the last map if they are out of this one to even have a chance to qualify for London. Of course, there's LCQs, but a tough day in the office for the boys at home that have been working together for a very long time.
Yeah, that's not what you want. That is scary, right? I think they're about 12 points outside the top 15, currently sitting in maybe 24th. Down there with Team Swagg. I say down there, but it's like the points. You just need to have one good game. But when it comes to going out early in map number 5, don't leave your one good game to map number 6. But TBE back in full. Welcome back, noobs. Glad to see no power issues here today.
Yeah, word on the street is Noobs actually had to drive to a friend's house is playing on that setup. So I don't know if his friend is an esports pro. Otherwise, he might be ripping about 50 frames per second. We'll see what Noobs can do on this friend's setup. But DBZ, another team that's trying to vie for the top 10. They've been doing well today. A little bit sleepy in terms of main stage presence, but on the leaderboard, not sleepy at all. They're looking very strong up until this last map. And now they're kind of in that jockeying position inside the top 15. So need another big game here to make sure they maintain it. Currently situated in 5th overall at 64 points. So not safe, but a good day in the office playing top 5 right now.
Adrian finding some more consistent success in the kill feed as well. Going to be a big game for Team Aydan. They were in 3rd place coming into this, and I can only imagine they're looking to usurp Team Smixy, who was in 2nd, but has found a lot of early game issues here. Now DBZ on your screen. Speaking of early game issues, we need Z Smith, DJ Moss, and E-Bates. They're looking a little split, but that's probably because E-Bates is somewhere scouting it out, hitting the Moby, probably going to grab a UAV.
E-Bates, they did jump to 6th, by the way, after the last map. They were hanging out in 10th for a while. Now they're in trouble. 6th versus 5th. DBZ versus E-Bates. DJ Moss and Z-Smith. Both teams feeling very confident about their gameplay today. No breakout performances, but very solid, consistent. Back-to-back trades, everybody falling, everybody in trouble. Looks like DBZ might get the better of this encounter, but it's not over yet.
Dongi falling as well. Clutch Belk down. Zlaner and Destroy looking to hit that res off. Tappa on your screen. Nate Dogg, that was the team that was in 2nd place after map number 1. Now a bubble team, so they have to pop off, but unfortunately, Fade's going to be the first one to fall here. Tappa. Oh, I think that's a Signal 50 in the hands of JC Baby.
They've been trying to rip it today. Again, need to collect some eliminations here. Signal 50, you need a headshot and maybe an entry frag. Something, drill charge to finish it off. Nate Dogg holding the position well. I did get a confirmed report, by the way. Those are saying my 50 frames was capped. 55 is what Noobs is playing on from his friend's PC. So I'm not saying I told you so, but good luck, Noobs. You got it. I believe in you. You're professional.
55 is better than none, but Nate Dogg dropped by JC Baby. They're a bubble team as well, and bubble team v bubble team. Doesn't matter. You've got to do what it takes. And honestly, taking out one bubble team is the way to solidify yourself in the 15th place. We are on map number 5, guys. If you're just joining us, we have 6 maps for the day. 150K on the line, and 15 teams will be sealing their tickets to the Global LAN Finals. Who will it be? Well, right now, TBE, they're currently at the top of the leaderboard. Noobs is back in. Doesn't matter. 55 frames or not, still better than none. I bet he's still better than me too, and half y'all in chat probably.
More than half, Tiff. More than half. I will say Nate Dogg took that fight way too early. You've got to stay patient. We'll come back to that fringe team here in a moment as we watch our leaders put on a show. Potentially, they have lost Tommy in this fight, but it is a 2v1 close with one peeking over. Clean up Russ, and I think Stellar said, I have no interest in taking this fight. Let's be very clear. Stellar's going to move on. Let's continue to hop around the map and check in with some of our other squads. We take a look. One of our teams has been playing fairly consistent as well. Intex in position to potentially make land. They need a big one here, though, to continue that streak. They were sitting at about 8th, and I think they're inside top 15 still. But they got to win against Autorise. It's not often you catch Autorise out in the open and you win the gunfight. Huge takeout in the open. That was not supposed to happen, but they win it. They'll take those, and I think Prospect's going to move on.
Prospect inside the gas station, making a play. It was a good move by Blast there, and then calling in that PA. You called it. They're in 13th place, currently in the top 15 by less than 3 points. That's 3 eliminations separating them from a Global LAN Finals.
Tiff, I'll call it out now. I didn't want to talk about it earlier, but yesterday during the EU finals, we watched Morpheus's team go for a snipe kill, hit twice, and not get the full elim. And I said out loud that they're going to hate to look back and think if they lose a spot to land by 1 point, how frustrating it'll be to not finish off that kill. They quite literally didn't make land because of 1 point. Every single kill matters. You have to execute your game plan, and you have to push the gunfights to grab the eliminations. You might look back and say, dang, what if we would have grabbed that 1 kill? We could be flying to London in a couple weeks. But Intex is able to find the 1. The question is, where's the second? It looks like the last player on Team 33 is flying away.
Believe was the recon drone operator. Don't sleep on the recon drone, especially in those big rotations when you need to find information. Lockseal caught out of the building, gonna go down. Jerky able to finish it off. Check in with Aydan, Raiden, Adrian. Honestly, trying to say Aydan, Raiden, and Adrian 3 times fast is low-key kind of tough, but Dongi is in their sights.
That's so far away, Tiff.
He's not gonna let him go. He's like, I will empty this entire clip in my Cronin if that's what it takes. But unfortunately, Dongi is gonna get out.
That's the thing. Like, when you can team shot some of those fights, like, you could actually grab eliminations from that far. If you've got a couple people shooting from that range, a couple broken plates, grab them before they can get to cover, you'll take those. Those might add up to 1.6, 1.8 points later down the road if you do well.
Tracked and flanked. Looks like Smixy is down there as well. Just currently a little separated, but they do have that. And Raiden pushing in, able to grab the knock on to flank, done and dusted. And where is Attract for the trade? Well, he's jumping off the back and parachuting away, but we saw just what happens. Raiden doesn't care. Raiden is in full hot pursuit of what was originally 2nd place. And if Raiden can take out this squad, solidify themselves, they can make a play for first. Attract does not have any plates on. He's pure flesh. Raiden even throwing up a little bit of fists in the air and battle cry. Adrian able to get there, and just like that, the chase is over. Attract done and dusted.
That was brutal, Tiff. This was first place from stage 1. We've got 42 teams up, and Adrian's on 9. Talk about relentless. Listen, that kill is mine. We are going to hunt down Attract and make sure they can't go anywhere. Bye-bye, Raskies. Adrian is on another level right now. The kid has woken up. They got a little sleepy, started falling down leaderboard, got to 3rd. 0.4 points behind Attract squad, who they just hunted. Still 30 some odd points behind TBE, but they are making a strong late 30 push.
Here we go. They found Scummin. Scummin's out. Now we're looking for more. This is getting to be actually kind of scary. You gotta think about where they are in terms of individual kills. Adrian's on north of 24. Tommy was at 26, and that was the top of the kill leaderboard, and they're not done. Job's not done, Gauche.
Still have a whole nother map after this, Jeff. This is about to be crazy. Nice team fight here on the train. They're going to clean up another. They're sitting just between Rated and Adrian on 15 already, by the way, with 41 teams still alive. Aydan's team pushing to try to win this thing. They're kind of mimicking Linden from yesterday, who told me we're not here to qual, we're here to win. Aydan's team's doing exactly that. This is the late game push they needed. This is the late tourney push. This could be the biggest tournament of the weekend. They got to continue to make a move, though.
Here we go. Grabs Frolic, fools Desmond. Tommy, they need to solidify their spot at the top of the leaderboard. They've broken triple digits. The thing is, if Team Aydan has a monumental game here, they could make a move for first place.
At least get within striking distance, because they're down 30 some odd points right now, so they've got to close that to like 15 and 20 at the most to even have a chance at TBE. You know TBE is not going to drop a map. It's more so going to be how many points do they actually put up. So if they only put up 10, 15, you can put up a 35-point game. You can catch them, but you got to put yourself in striking distance to do that. Aydan's team's doing exactly that. Another team, the curse of the top seed of the qualifiers. Riaz squads needs a breakout game. They've got to secure their spot to London. They have an opportunity. Riaz's team has been playing, I'll call it okay today. They haven't done anything great. They haven't done anything awful. They're within distance to be able to put themselves to London. They still need to maintain the pace that they were setting earlier in this tournament.
Currently in 22nd place overall, solidify Xenon both in the double digits for eliminations, but Riaz currently on 5. So, going to have to step it up a little bit, maybe nerves, maybe not, but these lobbies are more aggressive and the rotations have been kind of scary, to be honest. We've had some really intense zone pools, and if you're not getting those early rotations, like Dongi said, early and setting yourself up for success, we've seen some teams go out earlier than anticipated.
Tiff, Riaz had 28 in 5 games during the qualifiers.
Yeah. After
4, now into the 5th, he has 5? Something catastrophic happened with that team. I don't know if it's a mental or something. There are some issues. Of course, this is kind of Riaz's first major tournament, having just turned 18 right before stage 2. It wasn't even able to compete in stage 1. It wasn't of age. Turned 18, fried out in the calls, and unfortunately having a tough day today. They still have a chance to make London, but they got to make a move this map, or at the very least drop an absolute banger in the next.
DBZ destroying Clutch Belt, both still alive. Bonk Future. Oh, wait, I just cursed. Now destroy last alive for the squad. 2 eliminations. Doing a little bit of dance here on the low ground, trying to rotate in, but you have a stack on the left-hand side, and you're trying to get... Yeah, that's just unfortunate, to be honest. The rotation is just going to be horrible. Even if the gas didn't kill him there, that team would have.
Yeah, DBZ needed a good one, but they're still certainly within distance to go to London. I think they were top 5, sitting in 5th overall. Tommy goes down. Noob's now in trouble. Last alive on his team. Both having been to the gulag already. It's all up to Noobs. Has enough to buy both. And might be full sending the buy. Will he get one off? I think he had enough time to get both. Just barely. Suicide double buys back in. Huskerrs there to greet him with open arms, but it might be actually Tinox grabbing the eliminations from the left-hand side. Whew, that was stressful, but TB still in it inside the top 32.
Yo, are we getting another village zone? Because we have a lot of teams here in Observatory, and you can just see kind of the great migration. Squad number 4, that's Team Hisoka, pushing straight down. And okay, look, if you guys didn't catch on early in map number 4 that it was pulling towards village, you can see it's going a little more to the left, which isn't too bad, but this is gonna be disgusting. Unrational coming back in alongside Huskerrs and Scummin, bottom of main, trying to find some kind of weapons to utilize. And yeah, peep that free cam, peep the mountain goats. Tommy grabbing some loadouts, maybe changing up some perks, making sure you're kitted out for the end game.
Inside the circle with loadout, they've got a good opportunity to still do decent somehow. I counted, by the way, like 12 teams in Observatory still, so this is about to be brutal. Coming out of this POI, having to rotate down. There's a slight bit of cover here on the edge of circle, in dead center or close to center outside of village. You've got Mayapo's locations. It's a great building to hold. A ton of angles you can get shot from those. You got to check your windows. Alden's able to clean up one. Is going to push for this piece of cover. I don't think this is a great fight to take, but where else do you go? Maybe under the bridge? I think that's what Tommy's thinking, is maybe hold this POI or outside of POI. There's just a lot of teams going to be coming from your top. A lot of teams coming from the bottom. You just gotta hope you don't get third party, which is exactly what's about to happen.
The thing is, I've seen this end on one of those little buildings outside of Village, just when you're coming down from this hill. The building that actually Hisoka, Mayapo, and Skullface are in. And sure, that's going to be great if you can get that early, so long as you have people that are going to be pushing you. You should be able to pick up a lot of eliminations, because it's going to be really tough to infiltrate. You just got to watch out for precision airstrikes, because they can go rogue. But Breadman on the move. Precision airstrikes galore. Breadman's going to fall. Believe looking to clean up Limax. This is going to be wild.
A great migration indeed. The ducks are starting to fly and leave the nest, headed to the great Wild West. Joe trying to go big for his team in a 2v1, and it's not going to happen. Limax is going to have to peek over and try to save some semblance of a game they have going right now. Joewo squad inside the top 10. Sees one up top, is going to force him off, but there are so many teams on the edge. This is a near impossible rotation unless you smoke yourself out for days. Use any piece of resource you have to zone each other off. There's a 1v2 to win. Limax has to do it now. One, cleans it, grabs the kill, but that's all she wrote for squad 7. They're going to be headed to the lobby. Still top 20, though. Decent little multiplier. They should be good to go inside the top 10 still.
Keep that. That house that Hisoka and Skullface are just there on your screen right in front of Blast. The circle is still pulling ever so more into Village. So for the teams that have made their rotation already, such as Raiden, little bit of stealth, prone crawling into a bush right now. If you're a rat, you gotta do rat things.
Top 10 is what you're looking for the next multiplier. Nick Cool's finding one with signal from distance. Team 29 all still alive and inside the top 10. The revenge tour is going well, and they've got an opportunity. Licks Tabify on the rotate. No chance in hell. There's teams already set up here. They've been here for 10 minutes. You're not getting anywhere close to this POI. And look who is in the God spot. Team 29 Picnic, Nick Cool, Wag. They come 26th in stage 1. They go to the qualifiers. They have an okay time, but they're here to enact the revenge. And I said they hadn't got off the bus. They're finally off the bus. They had set up, and they're starting to play their instruments. They're starting to sing, and they're singing well inside the top 10. An opportunity here to go top 5 if the zone continues to pull their way.
Currently in 12th right now. Nickel running this signal 50, able to grab a knock and a full onto another. Skullface finding some success as well. You can see the teams are making their rotations in. Teams Hisoka just outside the ring, have to push in through this broken spot. One, it's gonna be on Raiden. He's a rat. Team Aydan down and out, and Skullface and co looking to move up the leaderboard. They were in 8th place prior to map number 5. This could be a big one.
Soka's on 8th. You're right, it is a big one. They got to keep up the pace inside the top 10, so they have a nice 1.6 multiplier, looking for top 5 for 1.8. Wag's team above, holding still God spot. As we get to the final zone pull, not helpful for anybody besides 48. Maybe our 19th team could sneak a win here. They've been in a blender all day today. They're a bubble team. They're sitting at about 20th going into this one. Ahsoka and Skullface are feeling confident. They're taking every fight well, except for this one. Invader gets the better of Ahsoka while he's planning, except Ahsoka grabs the corner angle. Skullface is down. It's all up to Ahsoka inside the gas. It's cleaned up one. Making a huge wrap here. Likely has a durable. Double digits.
Do it to him, Ahsoka. Do it to him. Couple more ticks left on that gas mask. Likely has the medic carrier plate because he passed up on one, or prefers the one he has. On 11, this is how you show out. Also, Picnic, Nickel, duo still up. Team number 48, they're making moves, currently in 35th place. They need a monumental win. You're talking about playing the best game of your life, setting yourself up for success, trying to get in that top 15. If you can go big in map number 5, double down and hit a good game in map number 6, that's how you get your passport stamped. But Nickel able to wrap to high ground. Ultimate high ground.
Jerky's definitely has the player advantage with lanes. Player we've seen several times in the World Series of Warzone stage. Still trying to grab some massive success, though. It's been kind of lingering in the middle of the pack throughout the series. Several different teams. They saw it last year. Soka ratting it out. Finds lanes on one, but they can body stack this fight. They should be able to win it. A couple grenades might help Soka, though, if he does it correctly. Not enough time, not enough nades. Soka's out of here. Lanes, Jerky, win map number 5. A surprise winner. A surprise map, a crazy last zone, but they grabbed the kills they need to secure a victory.
The question is, how many kills did they grab in that end game? Because they were relatively far outside the top 15, they needed a big win. Did they go big enough?
Yeah, when you're in the 30s, I mean, we called it out. This was the map you needed to win, and they did it, but you had to do it with a ton of elims. Let's see that victory moment.
We're good. I hear him underneath us. They're like he's on that side.
Just stack.
So,
Yeah. Stack together here. Yeah. Okay, are we still down here? No, we're not. We gotta go around.
Smoke.
I'm here. The garage. Help.
In here.
Last spot.
Watch out.
Yeah, finish. Yeah, boy. Shit.
How the fuck did we do that, boys?
It's like, what the fuck? What was that game one, boys? Like, come on.
Oh man, we got 24 points. Not bad.
Yeah, good shit.
Holy shit. Let's fucking go, bro.
24 points.
Hey.
Not bad indeed, Tiff. And this is now the second or third time we've heard a team go, how did we win that? And hey, look, sometimes things just go your way, luck pulls your direction, and then you realize you're in the advantageous position, and then you take hold of the opportunity, you seize it, and you use it well. And that's exactly what that team was able to do. Congratulations.